Hello, everybody, and welcome back as we slide into our third series of the day. Dramis coming in fresh off the presses as he'll take on psygib, two of the North American players that I think caused a bit of a stir over the last season 40 and have certainly had a lot more eyes on them.
Very excited, man. I mean, NA, they're my boys, right? So I think that's why they brought me on here, / why I snuck onto the stream. For this, I'm very excited to see Dramis and psygib go at each other's throats.
Yeah, it should hopefully be a pretty good state of affairs. I think if we start with Dramis as well, purely based off the fact that he's been looking better and better every time we've seen him, the movement is certainly one of the unrivaled aspects for him. He's so quick, yet so composed in every encounter he gets thrown into. He is like the North American Tox in my eyes.
I'm sure a lot of people will be like, Jackie, you're crazy. But I agree. His movement is just very, very on point with a Slash and Strog, those slippy, slidey champions. And a little bit of a theme as we see from his highlight reel. Dramis looking to take this one over psygib. And I think it's going to be a slobber knocker. Psygib, his LG is absolutely nuts. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it's crazy. Dramis, though, he's going to have rockets. He's going to be high flying throughout every map. And just look at that, hitting everything. The skill ceiling on Dramis, if he's playing to his potential, is huge.
Oh, dude. Like, when he is on, he is absolutely on. It's ridiculous how good he is. I do think the movement is a big aspect of it because of just the level of lethality he can pull out. But by no means is he a bad aimer. This man is unbelievable. He's a king on the sticks. He can flick like no one else. Like, the railgun movement is just ridiculous. He hits some disgustingly good shots. It's just good weapon prioritization as well. These are the aspects that like truly stand out for Dramis. But there's a lot of crossover there with psygib. Both of them, they excel in some of the similar situations inside of Quake.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see psygib play. It's always a pleasure because he's absolutely nuts. He's destroyed some people that other people would just be like, oh, this is going to be a walkover for them, and psygib just beats them, and you're like, what just happened? Psygib, again, like, just absolutely crazy, and I love his scale bearer play. Absolutely a big fan of that, and I think we're going to see it in this set, maybe towards the end here, and it's just going to be fantastic to watch. He's such a bully on scale.
Well, that also comes into one of the talking points overall about psygib's playstyle, right? He's no stranger to those big, bulky champions. If to bring out like a big bruiser to get an edge on the server, he certainly will. He likes to play scale. He doesn't mind the occasional kill. He'll throw them in there, and he's damn good at using them to bully you off items, to stop you from getting any momentum. That's one of the aspects of his game that is really quite unique to psygib.
There's nothing more terrifying than being around a corner and hearing that scale bearer bull rush. Nothing.
Yeah, it just it leaves you startled and absolutely terrified. Let's get into the picks and bans then. Have a look at the veto and see how this series is going to shape up. So, coming in on Awoken, initially we have Strog and Pika versus Doom. I like it. I dig it. I can roll with it. But it's what comes later that gets me excited. I'm talking about Vale. You've got a map which is so close quarters, so many tight angles. There is a keel for Dramis and a scale bearer for psygib. That one is certainly going to be a spectacle.
Oh, I love Keel so much, man. He's going to be serving up pineapples like it's nothing. But again, the bull rush is something to be absolutely terrified of, especially on a map that's that close quarters and small. Acid for both players is going to be an issue as they need to dodge that as best they can. We're going to see Sorlag, but that's going to be on map number 2 on Molten versus Anarchy. And that one might be absolutely brutal, depending on if Dramis, again, can kind of start spiraling those items in his favor, outstacking Anarchy, even though he's really fast. A light champ, man. You got to be careful.
Oh, you do. You do indeed. Especially depending on how many times he can get that injection off and just be able to boost his overall base stack to ridiculous levels. Let's bring it back to the present then, before we get too far ahead with the future. We're going to start it off with Awoken. That's our opening map in the series. A bookend finisher on the previous one, and our fantastic opener this time around. And I can't say I'm not excited. I just love Awoken, so I don't mind.
So do you think it's going to be a bit of back and forth, another 2-1, or are we going to see our first 3-0 of the day?
I'm not really sure. It's certainly a lot closer than some of our other series, right? But you could say that about a lot of them, especially it being the first game of the season. After that like week downtime, you don't know what they've been doing in the interim of like how much practice has been going through, how much time has it been just having a little bit of a rest and not trying to burn out. Obviously, with the level of games they've been putting in, we've seen a lot of our pros streaming as well, trying to maximize their time inside of Arena FPS in the downtime. So a lot of them should be coming in hot. Specifically to this series, though, I think it's going to be a 2-1. And I actually think it is going to go the way of Dramis as well. I think this is a season where Dramis is going to skyrocket.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure psygib just heard that, and he's going to want to spite you aggressively.
I hope he does, mate.
as we're getting into set number 3. Map number 1, dramis versus psygib right now as dramis gets that mega health spawn on that Strog, slipping and sliding everywhere. Can pull out the peeker if he feels. LG right off the bat into rocket. psygib needs to be careful. Down to 25 HP right off the bat. The peeker comes out. The rail defensive play from psygib will help him survive, at least for the time being. The rail around the corner will miss, and just like that, the LG around the corner into rockets. The punches can't save you now. dramis nets that first frag early.
Yeah, psygib, more like psygib there, unfortunately. Goes down straight away, leaving those giblets all over the gap as dramis, looking to chain the kills together with a Mary Poppins play, keeps him elevated in the air, spamming into him from underneath, launches straight up as well. They're both low, but dramis playing very aggressively. Look at the coming out.
Good rocket there, just misses out on his opportunity for the rail, but he's going to drop down, try and find another angle, misses, and the peeker comes out again, and psygib, ooh, the double jump. Dodge saves his life. Tri-bolt coming out, not landing any damage. The rocket will actually give psygib information here as dramis slides his way to this 50 armor in the LG room. That could have been disastrous there with that peeker out, but Doom's double jump saves his life for psygib there. LG on LG action. The rocket around the corner. 50 damage into rail, and they'll miss 38 HP. dramis needs to escape through the telly.
God damn. TV killed the radio star, but right now, the radio waves will all be tuning in to dramis as his plays have been on point. He keeps going with the momentum as he jives back over to the LG room. We're a minute and 30 into this opening matchup, and dramis taking the most damage we've seen as he gets tanked there. Shot after shot, psygib with 2 very clean rails, rips him to pieces, and he is on the hunt. Doesn't want to go for the mega, just wants to go for the frag. Kills him, picks up the mega after muddying the timing, and psygib's got the advantage.
And man, dramis after those 2 frags, he's going to be having to look on the bright side here. psygib is absolutely a killer right now. There's another rail. The peeker comes out. That actually does some good damage here. But psygib's still a better stack, just looking for that last rail frag. There's a little bit of an LG tickle, trying to hunt down this kill. He wants to make it 3-1.
psygib back over by Banana. The bruiser coming in as he leaves dramis black and blue there after the hits connects nicely. Taking him down. It goes through. The third frag. Keeping the tempo high. The Octane is certainly pumping through. Shot after shot coming out. Doing an awful lot of damage. We're only 2 minutes and 30 in. So the commotion has been all over the place.
psygib getting floated. Needs to be careful when he uses that double jump. It's so easy to get lifted there as the rails coming out from psygib are so strong there. Keeping dramis low, putting the damage out as best he can. Whenever he gets that shot, he hits it. Wow, 58% from psygib here with that railgun.
psygib playing underneath the lip. Just bouncing back and forth, narrowly evading these explosions that are detonating beneath his feet in the shallow water. dramis wants to leave him sleeping with the fishes, but it seems like the roles will be reversed. psygib pre-firing on the porter, expecting him to come flying through. But instead, dramis slows it down, holds towards middle, waits for the mega spawn to come up, adds that to his inventory to give him more health. Beautiful play from psygib, though. Just setting up these traps, lurking to throw off the timing and waste more of that precious clock.
Absolutely not in a position to take the fight. He just lets dramis fly right over him as he restacks back to a decent stack. It's a great rail traded out by dramis, though, as he bobs and weaves near that heavy, trying to avoid any further rail, but psygib makes sure that he plants another one on. Damage output from that railgun is so high right now for psygib, hitting over 1,000 damage. He's pretty much just rail only. He's playing a little bit of insta-give, isn't he, Jackie?
It seems like it. I don't blame him. The shots he's hitting have certainly thrust him into the forefront of the game. And this is good as well. You can see how reserved he's being at the correct instances. When he needs to slow down the pace, he does so very elegantly. Wastes time, plays around the clock, navigates as he gracefully launches himself flying through the air back towards the mid. Gets out of any awkward encounters. We're almost at 5 minutes, and this could be a full commit from dramis. He knows psygib's track towards Banana. Wants to battle him, but the plays are good. Gets through the teleporter, somehow gets out of the initial contact zone as well. dramis couldn't find the flick and stun him. psygib playing so confidently into this encounter. I don't know why he's just taking the fight, but it nearly worked out. In the end, he goes down 3-2. But he did so much there, and the response is even better from dramis. psygib comes flying back into action, stunned by the LG, and the game is tied as we hit 5.
And psygib was doing so well at doubling back and kind of taking the path that dramis was not at, and dramis read that as he rocket jumped to the T-con connector area, got a frag, ran one off the spawn, tied it at 3. Now he's putting out more damage, almost getting a little bit of a cheeky rail there, literally, as psygib left his behind peeking out from that wall here. Heavy goes to dramis. He's just going to run the items now as they're split just in time for him to push with the LG. So much damage. psygib trying to dance as best he can. The rail can't save him.
On the hunt with the LG, shot after shot, doing tons of damage. Will land the smackdown with a rock. Take psygib out of the server, and he keeps on chasing as well. Into the peak of punishment, is to slap it in his face. He's low, and that's the benefit for psygib. Flicks back down, takes the awkward angle, and cleans up the mess.
And then that's where psygib draws the line. You will not slap him in the face with your peeker. Jumps up to the T-con, there's the LG, gets 2 frags back rather quickly, and the Mega tied at 5. Every man has its limits.
psygib, can he keep it going from this point forward? And leave dramis feeling eternally doomed here on Awoken. Good movement so far, evading the initial shots, but eventually a few of them do land. Do a couple of tidbits. Good adjustment onto the LG, takes down the Pika, as he back bounces the entire way around, knowing the map like the back of his hand, gets into a good spot to grab a Mega, and wards dramis off, buying more time.
Tribolt being a nuisance here as psygib backs away, and you're absolutely right. The way that he navigated the map backwards and just always had his crosshair in the points of danger, that's just such good play by psygib there. He's going to miss that rail, but tied at 5, 7 minutes in, still looking pretty good. Stacks are about even here as dramis has more armor, but after that heavy pickup, psygib will even it up after that rocket jump. Right around the corner, rocket into LG. This is so dangerous for psygib. Can he land some damage? And dramis takes the frag before the Mega comes up.
God, it means he can get rid of the damage that was done. Put himself back into a good position to continue on, being a massive nuisance maker as he chases right round the corner with the rail. The Pika comes out, but it's not going to do much, leaving no dents on backing off, bouncing in the air with the double jump and leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Both of the awkward railgun shots missing, and they're trapped on the low ground. psygib comes swinging in, trying to land those rockets in point blank, but instead it's the LG that strikes against him. And dramis takes it to 7.
dramis absolutely with an appetite for destruction there. 7-5. Doing well to capitalize on a little bit of a mistake and all in from psygib there on that heavy. Couldn't escape. Rails exchange. That rocket isn't going to be on time. The double jump. He avoids all of the damage. Well done, psygib, but he's still not out of the woods yet. The peeker coming in. Rockets raining down damage. Heavy will go to psygib, but he needs to be careful here as he will get stuck again almost. The tribolt coming out hits one rail. And he should leave very low on HP as dramis is just going to wait and grab that Mega and stack right back up almost immediately.
Whoa! That was nearly the ring out! Oh my! This Royal Rumble certainly starting to go in favour of psygib on the damage that's being done. The rocket round the corner from dramis. If psygib re-peaked, he would have been hit by the splash damage and taken out of commission. And dramis, with no real chance to get himself into a good spot to rebuild his stack, he plays the slow game, waits for the small light armor to spawn in, picks that up. He's just scavenging any of the smaller pickups. Oh, the pre-fire rocket from psygib! That is glorious.
That was gorgeous. What a rocket into the LG. Perfect cutoff. Still a frag down. A minute left, more than enough time on a map like this, and he has more than enough stack to try and get in there. dramis is going to use the peeker, and that is not going to be a good time for that. psygib jumps right up and says, "What are you doing?"
We're off on a level playing field now. 7-7. It hangs in the balance towards the end of this first map. Who's going to walk away with a 1-map lead? psygib taking these rail shots. He chains 2 of them together. And for dramis now, he's in a horrible position. He's scared to death. He's scared to look. He's shook. psygib still just chasing him.
Good rail there from dramis, but he drops down, and this is going to be really bad as the LG push from psygib isn't enough. The rocket's going to keep him away. He gets around the corner, and wow, dramis by the skin of his teeth again. Surviving, needs to be careful. He's going to get caught out in the LG room, and there's no escape. 8-7. psygib 10 seconds until he takes this first map.
There's nothing that can be done, surely. Dramis, he'd have to force the fight. He sends in the Pika, but it's not going to punish. Instead, it will be the victory for the Doom. As he walks away as the champion in that encounter, psygib with a 1 frag lead on Awoken. Ridiculously back and forth the whole time. That was tight.
So much damage with that railgun. Over 2,000 damage, shooting over 52 rails. psygib was on point. It might not be the highest percentage, but that's an incredible amount of damage with that gun. And you can't help but think, dramis, you know, he was like, oh, I'm low, I need armor, and then absolutely isolated himself, and that kind of just gave the kill to psygib.
Yeah. God, it was rough. Like, there was a lot of just encounters that could have gone different based off a few small adjustments here and there. The whole game was so hard to call, though. They both looked like a constant power struggle.
Just I can't get over these rails. And some of the dodges with the double jump from psygib just so well done.
He was evading so much, negated the Pika in a lot of those instances as well. It restricted what dramis could actually do. It was the true battle of the momentum-based heroes, using those movement advantages to their full skill ceiling.
Yeah, dramis just so quick. Once he gets that initial frag with the slidey champions, he's so quick to just get to you off the spawn and deal more and more damage. Look at that LG. You can't pop a Zerk and get away from that. You can't do that. This was a bit suspect. That peeker play was ill-advised, to say the least.
Yeah, that was one of the more risky ones that certainly didn't work out as well as he wanted it to. But that is the end of Awoken. That's the way the first map has gone. Continuing on in the series, though, we go into Molten Falls. Our third Molten of the day. All of them have been vastly different from the last. And I'm interested to see how this one's going to go down between these two, because it looks neck and neck at the minute. It's way too close to give either of them an advantage.
And I'm excited specifically for this instance of Molten because we got Sorlag and Anarchy, CPM champs, high speed, high octane, but again, Sorbet kind of has the edge in my opinion because of that stack and that acid spit. So if you get too close, you need to back away and rail as much as you can. But I'm excited to see how this plays out.
No, yeah, I think this is going to be a good one, purely based off obviously the movement that again comes out. It's what made that first map so exciting. Anarchy on psygib, obviously you do have the speed, you've got the injection to try and give yourself a get out of jail free card and over the course of the game build up that base stack. For Sorlag, it's just the fact that she has such a big stack. She's tanky as hell.
She's thick. Yeah.
She is, with 4 Cs.
It's true. It's all caps too. All caps.
Oh yeah. She's the worst kind. That's the thickest. And hopefully she can use that to her advantage once we get underway with Molten. I think looking at this, though, I probably would hedge my bets towards it actually going 1-1 at this point, and dramis coming back in, and then it being a really tight matchup over on Vale for the decider.
I could see that. I could see that happening. Coming down to Keel and Scalebear, I wouldn't hate it. I love both those champs, and that map is so close quarters. It's going to be a brawl once we get to it, but we're going to see a brawl right here on Molten. Who wants it more? That's the question. Who wants it more, and who's going to go out and get it? Sorlag versus Anarchy. We got psygib. We got dramis, map number 2 on Molten. So predictions? What can I say? I'm a sucker for predictions, Jackie.
Man, I think after this map, we see it go 1-1, and then psygib wins the series. I think he does win it out.
You think he's going to bull rush his way to the 2-1?
Yeah, I reckon with Vale being the decider, he wins it out. But I do think we see dramis at least bringing it back on this map now. It's a little bit different from what I initially was thinking. But that seems to be the way the series is shaping up.
Well, we'll see right now as we start off on dramis, and he's going to start off on the Rockets with good old Sorbet grabbing that Mega and that 50, and just stacks are huge for both players right now. Rockets coming out, psygib eating a lot of LG. Good defensive rail there. Is he going to go for more? He is, as dramis needs to get out after hitting a rocket. Needs to be careful not to take too much damage off of the bat. Ooh, barely missing out on that rail angle, dramis. That would have been great damage to have. He's going to want that one back.
Dramis, with a spit going out, blocking off the pathway there. So a good way at least to try and control some of the map. And he darts back over, grabs the Mega, and builds up his defensive stack. a rough one, taking a bit of damage. psygib also suffering the same fate, though, as he launches himself back across. So his stat getting much lower now. And there's still about 13 seconds until Heavy comes up. So he's just holding on the high ground. It could be over for our Padawan.
We'll see. Is he going to just nosedive into this? Is he going to face check it? Surely he heard that jump from dramis. He's going to double back for the 51st. And in that time, psygib is going to go and steal the Heavy. But not before taking a little bit of LG to... Ooh, my God. These rails from dramis into LG, pushing him around the corner. Both players very low. Will net the Mega. But that was some good damage from dramis. Well returned from psygib.
Yeah, neck and neck in the fights right now. The trades are always consistent. There's a big timing difference as well on the major items, and my God, dramis just looking to try and bludgeon psygib. Shot after shot, he's landing and doing so much damage. Denies the entryway. He has to get out of there. He's running the risk as he re-peaks. It will just be a simple shot from the rail to slay him. We hit the first frag on the 2-minute mark as dramis takes the initiative.
Yeah, those chunks raining blood as dramis is the slayer on that one with that rail kill, and you gotta kind of wonder what that was about. psygib rocket jumped up, grabbed a 25, and went straight back down. Maybe a little bit of a misplay, maybe just, I don't know, maybe throwing caution to the wind here, but he's already on his last legs here as he drops down for the 225s, and the shoddy Pippin will take him out for dramis' second frag. And oh no, the head stomp as he's trying to chase him with the shotgun, switches to the rail instead, and psygib kind of threw that one away. He was like, I'm dead.
Yeah, just accepted his fate. There wasn't much that he could do. Didn't want to turn around and fight, just kept on running, and it didn't go well. dramis, he's really starting to clean up, mopping up psygib like a spilt drink at this point. 3 frags already. And he's hungry for even more. Spitting all over the place as he peeks back in with a rail. A nice initiator. But what's he got as his finisher? Has to drop down to stay alive and stay into the equation. Oh, and the tri-bolt bursting into the face of psygib. That'll take him down and tackle him. He keeps on pushing as well. He's not content with that 40. He wants the rocket to blow him to pieces. A smooth follow-up and a 5th frag for dramis.
Insane rockets coming out as the nail is it what? I don't understand. dramis hanging on by a thread. Those scales must have built-in armor that we're not seeing as he's just staying alive and picking people out of the sky. A sharpshooter here.
My God, this is the dramis that I wanted to see. DJ dramis on the server, laying down the fat tracks at this point, as it is all music to my ears with the kills that he's being able to achieve. We're only 3 minutes and 40 seconds in as well, and it's already 7 kills. As this man is an absolute lunatic, a mass murderer, and he's continuing on as well. More damage being done. Nice adjustment on the rockets. The Heavy's about to come up. I think he's been able to at least ward psygib off, although the confidence returns. He slips by and grabs it, and he's built himself a nice little stack.
psygib somehow staying alive, using the inject, staying away, dropping rail from dramis as he falls down from the heavens onto the Mega and secures that. Still has the stack advantage, going up the jump pad. There's the rocket from around the corner, and psygib will get the best of him, finally putting up his first frag.
psygib, can he use the ferocity here to hit him and cause some atrocities? Response coming back from dramis as he keeps him low. His HP hasn't had a chance to build, and the LG will zap him out of existence. That one's a bit of a shocker as dramis goes 8-1.
Tried to chunk him with that shotgun from around the corner, but no, dice stack was too big, and dramis is going to drop down with the LG. Again, putting on the pressure. psygib will get away just a little bit too quick for dramis' liking, but he's going to double back and deny this 50 armor. 5 seconds till the Heavy. He's going to eat a rail. Needs to be careful if he wants to move in on this. Eats another rail, and psygib making the most of it. The swap to rockets is not going to be enough, and psygib does fantastic damage at the Heavy.
That was nice. A clean position to get into. A much better state of affairs, and obviously there is still a ton of time left as dramis, he built his throne of skulls so early on. It means there's a lot of time for psygib to keep on trying to chip back at the game, but he has to win these encounters, and he's certainly lost that one. A much lower stack. dramis swoops into action, but he could go down here. psygib, the harbinger of death, comes through with a scythe and cuts him to pieces. It's now 3-8. He's starting. He's doing the groundwork.
putting in the work indeed. Is a well-placed rocket there, very patient. Look at this play, look at this trap. As Inject comes out, dramis trying to hit some rockets, a little bit of spit, and the LG float into the rail. Perfect shot by psygib. That dinosaur's extinct.
Yeah, she was the meteor in that instance. Just sent up into the atmosphere and then smacked back down to reality, dead before she hits the ground once again as well. The psygib on the LG, too smooth. This criminal is absolutely outrageous.
psygib just racking them up right now. Here's the armor as he makes his way back to the Mega. Wants a little bit more LG as well. Rock aggressively going after it here. The Tri-Bolt will stop him only temporarily. Will the Spit stop him? He wants the fight right now. The rockets are going to land, peppering down from the heavens here. As he does have the superior position, needs to be careful because he doesn't have the HP. Neither does dramis, who's going to land first, and that's the rail shot that psygib wanted, taking him down 8-6. And the rally is strong from psygib right now.
Oh man. psygib, the unrelenting force that just keeps on cutting his way through dramis. He's looking like a hot knife going through butter. It's just easy.
The Spit's gonna tick him down a little bit. He is gonna grab a 25. But yeah, psygib going on a bit of a tear, buttering those biscuits right now. The LG from around the corner, and the rockets are gonna be enough. dramis with the fadeaway rail as he falls off the platform, gets the best of him, 9-7. psygib wants that one back. He felt it.
dramis, his response comes right at the brink there for psygib. He would have tied up the scoreline and kept it hanging in the balance from that point forward. Instead, dramis finally gets an edge once more. psygib now 2 frags down overall. We're coming up close towards 8 minutes. There is a little bit of time, but it is certainly ticking away. And dramis, his health bar is ticking down. 69 HP is all that remains as he spits on the floor to try and ward psygib off, and he goes for the full rotation around, playing it smart. Doesn't overcommit into that encounter. Instead, goes for the major item, waits till Mega spawns in. He'll grab that, and then he can take charge.
The split on the items gives him open to grab heavy as well. He's trying to... Wow, that's fantastic damage. Could even get this frag before the next heavy here. So dramis staying alive. Needs to have perfect pathing here. Actually gets in on this heavy. Out from under psygib, and he needs to be careful. He's going to ride the lightning on the way down, and that has gone horribly wrong for psygib here as dramis takes that frag with 1:40 left.
Spitting over the stairs, the shenanigans are unrivaled. He's so close to death, but he still fights on, even when he's knocking at death's door. He cleans it up 40. psygib, he's let control of the game slip away from him now. It's 11-7, and this scoreline is getting too bloated.
dramis playing a little bit of ding-dong ditch there as he doesn't quite go to the pearly gates towards the light, but the lightning gun instead. Now he'll take himself out. He says, thank you. I have this under control, but psygib, still a lot of work to be done within the minute. 3 frags, can he do it? Mega is going to be up shortly. He's going to double back for that as he tries to find a rail angle. But every tick on that clock is another grain of sand. Absolutely crushing psygib's soul here as he needs to find an opening, and that rocket is going to be everything. There's another one. He needs one more. He misses with the air rocket. The inject comes out, and the shotgun is going to land him the frag, but at what cost? Look at how much damage dramis did on the way out. Heavy's up, but still needs health. 30 seconds, 2 frags.
Without the inject, he can't quickly battle heal himself and go straight back into business mode. Instead, he bypasses dramis and only just realizes what's occurred. Turns around to fight towards the Mega. dramis' stack is so much bigger, and he charges in, going full aggro. The shotgun comes out and silences him, but he's left with 18 HP left, and with 10 seconds to try and shut down dramis, I don't think it's possible.
Does have the inject, but he's still extremely weak, and one rail stops him dead in his tracks. The young skater boy trying to make it down the hill, hits a rock, flies off his board, and dramis absolutely destroys any attempt at a comeback there or at sudden death. 11-9, well played to dramis.
Yeah, he said, see you later, boy. He was a boy, he was a girl. Well, she was a big lizard, technically. There you have it, 11-9 in the end. dramis, I mean, he wins that one. It was an absolute battle the entire way through. Very, very close. Probably one of the more energetic games of Molten we've had today.
Definitely high flying, and that's kind of what we expected with the movement styles. But man, I don't know. I don't understand the one play that psygib made specifically, where he rocket jumped out of harm's way at heavy. It looked like he grabbed a 25, and then he just dropped straight back down. I don't know what that was exactly.
Yeah.
Miscalculation, maybe. I don't know. Trying to catch dramis off guard, but either way, another tight game between these two players.
Because he was trapped as well. It was obviously when the spit was over him by heavy. If he went for the fight, he died. So it was like the bold play of, I'm going to get out of here, try and keep myself alive. I mean, this is the clip right here. So look, you can see he actually gets out and it just goes back in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose he thought he was dead no matter what, so just risked it.
Maybe just trying to put out as much damage as he can. But well played, Dramis. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
On top of him, quite literally there. Hunting with the shotgun, and psygib at that point. Okay, I'm probably dead in this instance.
A good matchup nonetheless, and certainly provided us with some exciting moments. Surprised by how much of an early game lead was built here by Dramis to the position it actually ended in as well, where it got very close and not too comfortable in the end.
That was a beautiful combination there. Hit him with a two-piece. LG with a little bit of side of rail, but it's breaking down into what you said, Jack. We're going to go into map number 3, and we might see psygib bull rush his way to victory on the side.
It depends. Scalebearer versus Healed. We don't get these all-out heavy matchup too often. It's very rare we see the battle of the two modes.
I'm a big fan. I personally love Keel. I'm looking forward to all the pineapples. I hope psygib's not allergic to citrus. We'll see. I mean, it's good for scurvy. Not that he has it. I'm just saying it's going to be a bloody battle. I think it's going to get really up close and personal.
Or he might be a bit of a pirate. Let's see if Xmart will spot here on Vale, and if he can plunder his way to a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, we'll see who gets that booty.
Oh, yeah. Certainly going to be a lot of it on display with the two big boys in the server. I'm excited. It's also just basically on the map level of it being Vale, right? It's so small. The angles are so claustrophobic. It's close quarters. There's doors that open up. So if you're a man that can just spew out grenade after grenade all over the gaff, it's horrendous the amount of damage you can do. So Dramis certainly going to have a little bit of an edge there with the pineapple play on the map. But for psygib, we know that it works well. Scalebearer, he can bull rush you down like an absolute monster on the map.
Absolutely. Dramis does need to be careful about the trigger discipline there, because you can combo the pineapples, but if you shoot wrong, it's absolutely demoralizing the delay on it. So Dramis is going to start off with the Mega, has LG, and there's the fight right off the bat, pushing him straight off of that heavy, and this is so unfortunate. Just already eating pineapples here, trying to bull rush away. Ooh, that rocket was so well placed. Can he close in on this? He is going to grab a 50. There's a rocket. Doesn't have a rail angle, and Dramis wants it. Almost gets it. What a rocket jump into rail potential for the first frag there. Doesn't net it, but psygib right off the bat looking a little bit like a glass animal there. His pineapples are all over his head.
Yeah, I mean, Dramis trying to burn his fingertips off with the enzymes and the pineapples. psygib wants to keep his fingerprints as he keeps on roaming around, shoots back with the rockets. Nice damage found, leaving him quite close towards death's door, and that'll be the final damage that he needed to hit. Eventually smacks him with the rail. Ooh, straight back into the second encounter as well, chasing him through the portal and looking to punish, taking an awful lot of damage. The bull rush comes out, but he says no to that one. Hits him with the Ole.
Evaporated before he can get any damage off of that. And Dramis is playing very well, and look at all of this damage!
Oh man, he just popped him like a piñata.
Sent him straight to the heavens with a fruit basket, I might add here. It's just this damage is just relentless, non-stop abuse. psygib trying to get something going. Rocket after rocket, pineapple after pineapple. It never ends. The LG finally stands his ground. 2 HP. He had to work so hard for that. Does get the Mega and a fantastic rocket, and that's the kind of tide turn that psygib needed, as now he's going to grab both items and putting out the damage. A little bit of LG needs to properly trap this and convert, and he does.
God damn. I thought that was it then. That would have been Dramis just straight down, but tanked that follow-up rocket, was left on 1 HP, literally, and then died in the end. psygib, good response, beautiful damage being done. Playing with the utmost confidence into these encounters, shot after shot as well, ties up the scoreline. 6 frags have already gone down, and we're only 2 minutes into the game. And psygib's chaining together the major items as well. Heavy's just come up. Let's see if he can get there in time. Bull rushes straight through the portal, turns the corner, tags Dramis. They're both low, but he slays him. He can get himself a heavy. and he's going to be on cloud 9.
Oh my god! You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Just messes up the trajectory just enough, and he falls to his death. Looking up, he's going to get railed. A little bit of self-rocket damage as psygib clearly flustered right now. He's going to push in on this Mega. It's not going to be in time, and the rockets from dramis drops him on a dime. Gets another frag, 5-4. This is the action that everyone wants.
When I said he was on cloud 940, I didn't mean literally try and walk on the clouds there.
What a rail. Shins him with that one as he grabs that heavy. And yeah, you're absolutely right. A bit too literal. 5-4 as things finally slow down. For the time being, there's the wide peak. There's the bull rush around the corner. Can he get away? Great rockets from dramis to keep him away. And that'll get him another frag. psygib got frustrated.
Yeah, he's down low on the pineapples, though. So that'll be the last one for now. Shot out. It's a trade as they extinguish each other. Still the advantage for dramis, 7-5. This game is going to be one to remember. If it carries on like this for the full 10 minutes, this is going to be just a complete battle.
An absolute rumble of royal proportions here. psygib's going to drop down for that 50. Trying to stack back up. Stacks are about even. Not after that LG. Here comes dramis. Rockets trying to keep himself alive. psygib just wants to hit anything. 6 HP. dramis looking for that last bit of damage, can't do it. psygib taunting death as he peeks over that ledge, somehow survives. 25 in the pocket, still extremely weak. The LG through the grate, and finally finishes with a tickle. Wow.
My goodness, our two big bruises here, proving that neither of them want to be the loser. dramis charged down by the oncoming bull. Eventually takes a little bit of damage, but he gets behind him with a railgun. 2 clean shots, no scope needed as he sends him off, shuts him down. dramis on top of the world, but straight through the door. Here comes the big boy, Scale Bearer, pulling no punches.
He was on top of the world, taking the ladder to the top, and the shoot just like that stops his progression. psygib trying to even this back out. He's going to get back on the Mega, try and get some items underneath him. There's a little bit of rocket damage, not what he wanted, so much so that he's going to rocket jump and get aggressive here. Heavy will go towards dramis. That rail's fantastic, hits another one. He's going to close in, LG, and that's going to melt him. And just like that, psygib is all up in dramis's face.
Oh man, he's hitting him with the body slams. He's getting right up in there. It's working out well. We're finally at 5 minutes. It's 9-7. psygib, he's been grinding these kills back and getting it closer and closer towards him getting an edge. He has the bull rush in reserve, ready to play with. Grabs a Mega and a light armor as well. Heavy's about to come up. It spawns in just in the nick of time there to give dramis some kind of lifeline. One of the rockets missing, but the majority land. Shot after shot. The Hellion salvo detonating around dramis, and he's dead, 40. He's dead.
The boy is dead indeed. But the lead is not. Still securing a 1 frag lead is dramis, but it's looking more and more fleeting here as psygib taking control of the map, has the Mega. The split is just enough for him to get back on this, but dramis is going to drop down. He's going to steal away the heavy, but he's going to eat so much damage, dealing the same amount back. dramis has the stack lead, just needs to find the shot. 31 HP, and finally psygib falls.
Goodness. dramis sucking up the scraps as he'll pick up those armor shards, responds back with the rockets, but they're not enough. They were just a small bit of a nuisance maker, something to slow psygib down for a few seconds, but not enough to ward him off of the fight. And the response is to go full aggro, charge in with a body slam, the bull rush getting him close, but no connection was made. Oh my.
Jumping rail over there. Another rail though from dramis, 1 HP, and psygib just takes the fight to him, and dramis with the shotgun says no thank you. Respectfully decline. 11-9 as dramis has a 2 frag lead now. Neither player really putting on the brakes, and I love it.
Oh, it's hectic and furious, and it's just what we wanted to see out of these two, especially on the big boys, where they can make a lot of noise. They're both so low. psygib lands on the ground, but his heart stops beating. Slain by dramis. 12 frags, and looking for a 13th as he's trying to get freaky around the pole, dancing and playing aggro, but the shotgun will send him off the bed as he's tucked in by psygib with a spread of the slugs.
The pellets are so powerful as he nets that frag, trying to spam some rockets, keeping the rocket launcher away from dramis as long as he can in that Thunderdome. Does have the bull rush back up, only 5 rockets in his pocket. He's going to drop down to the heavy. Little bit of rocket splash there from dramis. Does secure the heavy, makes his way back over to the Mega. It's up. Is he going to be able to beat him in time? Great rail from Thomas, doesn't fully commit. He does more damage. He's going for another rail, drops down with the LG. The bull rush into shotgun will actually take the frag in psygib's favor, and dramis is probably thinking, I had that. What happened? Oh, that rocket into LG. Oh no. dramis with a fantastic defensive rail, and this is so back and forth. dramis hanging on by a thread.
Oh, that is disgusting. You can't be doing these things. dramis, you need to calm it down. Shot after shot landing and impacting straight into the chest cavity of psygib. He's right behind him. They're so up close and personal. They can breathe down each other's backs. But instead, it's dramis that wants the kill. The railgun. Ripping him to pieces. 14 frags to his name. It's a 3-frag lead. There's still 2 minutes on the clock. Whoa, and he keeps it going. Bouncing up and down. Having a whale of a time as he's slaughtering psygib at any given opportunity.
I cannot believe this. 15 to 14. psygib just wants to finish the frag, but he can't quite do it. dramis is staying alive. All these rails are saving his life.
He has done 2,000 damage with the railgun. He has 1 round left, and of course it lands, but taken down. Falls to his death. psygib, a good kill to claim, but he still needs so much more. He's got to be fast as well. He can't afford to slow down the tempo, play with aggression, and take it straight to the opponent. dramis waiting for the spawn of the Mega, but 40, the timing's not perfect. It's going to be coming up in another 5 seconds. psygib, he can chain together both of the major items and have 60 seconds for absolute chaos.
Oh no, dramis is going to overextend here, trying to go for the Mega. psygib has to try and make this frag. He's going to drop down. That's going to waste time. That's exactly what dramis wants.
He wasn't moving though. He knew off the audio cues where he would be, and he ball rushes around the corner to buy a bit of extra time. Faces him, the meet and greet, just leaving him as just bits of meat on the floor. 2 more frags for psygib. He's got time to do it, but he has to set the pace consistently. He's got to push now.
Oh, those rockets almost hitting square on. That's going to give dramis the Mega, and he's just going to play really safe. There's a rail through the telly. There's another one. psygib very low. He hits 3. Can he make it 4? He needs to, but he's so weak. He's going to try and hit the dropping rail. He misses a little bit of LG. Can he cut off with the shotgun? Time is ticking. 1 HP, but I still think this is too late, Jackie. 10 seconds. There's no way.
He can't do it. He's not left himself enough time. dramis, the madman, walks away as the victor, 16 to 14. A ridiculously close series. An even closer map on Vale. That was madness. And I think the thing we need to point out the most, slap bang in the middle of your screens, look at dramis's rail damage. 60% accuracy and 2,000 damage. What on earth?
That was high flying. I love it.
Man,
I love it.
That's mad. I don't remember the last time we've seen a game like that.
It was just brutal. All up in your face. No fear. Plus forward. Some might say that's the NA way. I'm not going to say yes or no. I can't confirm or deny, but all I know is that I love it. I love it.
It certainly gave us a spectacle to behold. You know, it was aggressive, it was savage, it was speedy, it was visceral. It gave us all the things you want out of a great game of Quake. And I mean, man, in the end, dramis taking it. And I think you got to stay fair play to him, right? In the sense of the amount of damage he did with his railgun, the flicks he was finding, the shots he was landing. He certainly looked like an absolute online-animal. He was the king of the server.
Yeah, absolute beast there. Pineapples prevail for dramis, but psygib, couple decisions from taking that victory. And near the end there, didn't really have a choice. You kind of have to plus forward when you're playing against the time, but that's such a close one. Another one. We've been close all day.
We have. We really have. It's been going down to the wire each and every time and providing us with excitement. I mean, the best thing is as well is every series has been clearly defined by different styles of Quake. And I think that's the best thing about like the Quake Pro League, right? Especially like when we get newer people to come in and watch it, you get a clear personality to the way they approach the duel.
Absolutely, and you could see that different champions get played different ways from different players. And that's what's fantastic, is you can have Strog on 4 different people and get 4 different playstyles.
Man, it is absolute madness. A sight to behold. A beautiful series. That final map itself was certainly the cherry on top for me. I'm glad we got to witness that, and it went down with just absolute aggression the entire way through. For it was a banger.
It was. That's what Sundays are for. Quake. A nice Quake Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And that was what it was. It was a nice little treat, a dessert. But there's still more to come. In reality, that's just the middle portion. As we're coming up towards our fourth game of the night, that's what's going down after the break. Endpoint Avok back on the scene. Of course, the Polish Punisher as he takes on Cypher, the naughty man from Na'Vi. We'll find out how that game's going to go after the break.